Hello, Gemini, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. Today I've got an intuitive reading for you, and I'll be asking for and channeling messages for your growth and healing at this time. Speaking of which, excuse my voice, I'm battling some seasonal allergies, so I'm a little bit froggy. So anyway, let's get started with your animal message to get us going. I will also be creating an extended video for you. The link is in the description below. Well, I will continue to pull messages after this reading for you. So if you want to keep going, go ahead and follow me over there. So, animal message for Gemini, please. Lynx and jackal. Okay. So really striking cards together, aren't they? Look at those ears. Gemini, something is about to be revealed to you through another person. This is a big truth that has the potential to change a lot of your life. A lot of what you know, a lot of what you are believing to be true. So these cards are asking you to be open to that big reveal, open to that big truth that's coming forward. It does feel like it's from someone close to you, and it feels like this is not going to be an easy thing for them to say. Okay? So listen and be aware, because it feels like the opening for this conversation or the opening for this truth to come out is going to be in this really subtle place. It's like there's going to be this tiny little soft opening that you're going to have to kind of latch onto and say, oh, can you tell me more about that? Or what did you really mean? It's just this subtle little place. It's not like they're going to come in and lay this truth on the table for you just like that in the open. You're going to have to kind of almost tease it out or allow it to come out. Okay, I'm super curious about that. I think I'm actually just going to kind of see if we can get you a little bit more information about that truth. Message about that truth that's coming out, please. Really keep your ears open. Really keep listening, Gemini. Okay. It's funny. The cards don't want to tell me anything about this secret that's going to come out, so I think I'm going to move on in a different direction. We'll see if something wants to come out later. Okay, message for Gemini, please. The Moon, Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. This feels like the same message to me. You know, we're looking at something getting unlocked around a relationship, the truth being brought to light through a feminine energy, but we've got some fogginess on the side of the moon. Okay, what is really going on here? Okay, our Four of Pentacles here. This is about being willing to get to the bottom of things, to really get to the bottom of the truth in order to build a stronger foundation together in this relationship. Okay, a Queen of Swords here is also supporting this. Okay. You may have been feeling, especially with having gone through this Mercury retrograde in your own sign, you may have been feeling that there's some just murkiness or clarity. You're not kind of sure where the relationship is going. Not really sure what you're seeing from your partner. You know, it's hard to interpret his or her actions. And is this only about romantic partners, or is this about friendships as well? You know, this is a specific message for a romantic partner. Okay, about a romantic partner, a life partner. So you're not quite kind of sure how to interpret what's coming from them. It seems like they're sending you mixed signals or an ambiguous message. So this is why it's really important to create that environment where the truth can come out. Okay, it seems as though it's going to be a conversation, our Queen of Swords, and it's going to be something that the female in the relationship, the feminine energy in the relationship kind of invites out. Okay, it doesn't have to mean the female partner, it just means the female energy. And I want to kind of go over that to say that either partner can open this discussion up, but it has to be done through a very gentle, receptive, more feminine approach rather than, what are you hiding from me? I know you're hiding something from me. What are you hiding? You know, that's not going to work. Forcing yourself on the person, just inviting them to share with you, inviting the secret to come out. Is it a secret about the relationship, or is it a secret that the other person is holding? I'm getting that it's both, okay? So you're really needing to come to a stronger, more honest understanding of where each other is, okay, I can't do grammar today. A clearer understanding of how your partner feels about the relationship, how your partner thinks the relationship is. This is just opening up space for a dialogue. Okay, can you give us more? Okay, I'm going to ask for the lesson, what the soul lesson is in this case, because I feel like that's going to help you really understand why this is. And sometimes, you know, for me, when I get, and this has happened a lot in the past, when I've got information about my own relationships, kind of puts me into fear. But then when we get this spiritual message of why it's happening, what you're supposed to learn, it kind of gets you out of worrying about the outcome so much. Okay, message. What is the lesson in all of this? Okay. King of Cups, Fairlilt, Four of Wands, Nine of Wands. You know, Gemini, in your relationship, I don't feel like the structure and the foundation is as strong as it could be. And what this is about is when you, let me show you the cards. When you build a strong foundation in any relationship, whether it's work or the relationship with yourself, the relationship with a friend, the relationship with family members, when you build a strong foundation, there's not much you have to do to keep the relationship going. And it engenders a bigger commitment between the two of you. Okay? You don't have to keep questioning. You don't have to keep asking for commitments, because you know that the relationship is on solid ground. And what I feel like for someone this is that you're starting a relationship. It's just beginning. Those are Two of Cups from before. But you're not really sure where you stand, where the pillars of this relationship are. And so when I'm talking about building on a solid ground, building a strong foundation, what does that mean for Gemini? Trust and honesty, the absence of any agenda from either one of you. Oh, and a bunch just fall out. The Lady and the Wheel. So on the superficial level, this is about conversations about kids, motherhood. You know, what do you expect? What do you want? Okay, I'm going to stay with those cards for a second. What else is this talking about? This is talking a lot about financial, how you're handling the finances between the two of you and what your financial outlooks are. It's also important to know what the other person's view of abundance is. Abundance being the principle that there's more than enough for everyone, enough love, enough resources, enough opportunities. What is that with regards to the other person? Trying to find the message you're trying to give me here, please. Okay, this is a message that I think we're going to start here and then go on to the extended with, because it seems like this is a multi-layered message. There is a way that you're thinking about the past. You're almost, Gemini, deluding yourself into believing that your future is happening differently, but you're caught up in examinations of the past. You're caught up in worrying about the past. So what this means is that in this relationship, you know what was a problem in the past. You know what was a hang up and what was a deal breaker in the past. But because you're on this seemingly new trajectory with this new person, you don't even want to go to those places. You don't even want to bring up what you've learned about yourself. This is kind of like, it'll work itself out. It's okay. You know, it'll be fine. But what these cards are all telling me is that this is the moment now, while it's still fresh and pliable, to start talking about these more serious issues of foundation, of trust, and of being really true to yourself, because it's going to affect the trajectory of this relationship and how it flows, how it opens up, and how it continues to flourish or not. Okay, there's so much that you are not sharing with your partner, that you are not vocalizing, and they're not vocalizing as well. Okay, and so if neither, and we've got a kitty vocalizing right next to me, if neither one of you are being totally honest with each other, then the relationship is kind of at a standstill. And there's more of this that goes beyond the relationship, Gemini. This worrying about being hurt or being betrayed and not really understanding, you know, what it is that you've got all of these ideas in your head about, I don't want this to happen this way, or I'd like it not to happen that way, and you're not really sure how to implement it. The Princess of Pentacles would help us implement some of those better outcomes, like, okay, I know I don't want this, but how do I actually communicate that so it doesn't come into my physical world? Okay. I'm kind of hoping that if you just come at this with your heart, if you just come at this with an open heart, it'll all work itself out. But the problem is that in your mind, you're not really sure. I'm having a hard time verbalizing this to you. You're not really sure if what you're wanting can actually take physical shape. Okay? So let's see if we can get an example. You know, if you're wanting a relationship that maybe you see the person 4 days a week and you've got 3 days to yourself, you haven't really thought to yourself, is that possible? Is that actually something that could happen in the physical world? You know, is that something that would work where my boundaries and my need for freedom could coexist with a partnership? You haven't worked out for yourself what those details are. And so you kind of got everything swirling in your head, being like, I don't know if I can get there. I don't know if this is possible. But Gemini, that's the next step, is to figure out what reality you really want to be seeing. Okay, I'm going to continue to pull messages for you on the extended. If you'd like to follow me over there, the link's in the description below. And I'll see you soon.